Hey, hi, howdy, how are you? You drinking enough water? Good. So listen, we're gonna do something crazy today. It's never been done before. We're gonna talk about guitar plugins. This new offering from STL Tones. It's got a lot going on. So let's take a look. STL Tones Tonality Wes Borland is a new release featuring 3 very different amps. Between those amps, a total of 8 channels. And for those 8 channels, a total of 5 cabinets and 5 microphones per cabinet to play through. Now, I'm not very good at math, but I'm gonna say that's at least 9 different possible combinations, roughly. We've also got a total of 5 effects pedals, 2 before and 3 after the amp. Let's check out a little demonstration and then we will go a little bit more in depth. Take it away, other Drews. Howdy, friends. Hope you enjoyed that demonstration. So I'm going to assume that you've seen at least a couple of guitar plugin videos, so we don't have to go super in detail, and I want to keep this kind of quick. This first track here, our little opening thing, is our JC120. We're doing a good little bit of distortion there, and the main tone thing right here is we're using this kind of auto wah right here. So without it, and then with it. And I specifically wanted to use every cab that we have access to in this demo. So this one is the 2x12 Zodiac and the 4x12 E50. So ironically, we're not using the cab that you see at the bottom of this thing here, but that's what that is. Now we get into our main rhythm tones. I saw this lovely little fuzz pedal here. I did my kind of classic quad tracking maneuver, which is one more standard guitar tone and then one super fuzzy, nasty one that just focuses on layering just a wall of gain behind. So let's check out our nasty one first. Using the Selmer Zodiac, slamming our volume treble, pulling our bass down a little bit, and we're on the medium setting. But the big thing is this fuzz right here. So and that fuzz is really doing all the work. So that gives us our big angry fuzzy junk. So one of the bigger things here on this track, before printing down, I threw on that Ottawa just on that one little section there. So it gets nice and ugly. In terms of cabinets, we're using the 2x12 and the 4x12. One of these little fellas is a ribbon and the other is a 57, super angled. There is a little bit of post-processing. My usual trick for rhythm guitars is we're doing a dynamic EQ. We're not actually losing our low end, but it's kind of taking care of it when we're doing our big chugs because you get that big bloom. Yeah. And then we're just clearing up some of the woofy stuff and a little bit of ring. Okay, so we're doing just a little bit of compression. Okay, that is more compression than I meant to. I generally try and keep it around like -6 dB. Just gives you a little bit more attack. So let's move on to our main rhythm track. We are on channel 3. We are diming the gain. Our volume is about halfway up and kind of pretty standard settings in terms of a VH4. The one thing that is definitely worth noting is the presence on the diesel amps and amp emulations go hard, like really, really hard. If you pull this guy up, you are going to just blow your ears out. That is worth noting, which of course you could pull this guy all the way up and then pull your mics like way off your cabs. I find, at least, it almost feels like there's more clarity and more attack staying closer to your cap instead of the cone or the cabinet. We're not using any of these stomp boxes here, so it's all just amplifier. We're doing a little bit of post-processing on our rhythm 2, aka main rhythm. Pretty much the same thing, pulling out some super lows, taming the chug areas, and then cleaning up a little bit of ringing. And then same thing, we're doing a little bit of compression. Nothing particularly crazy. One last thing about our rhythm guitars, I'm sending both of those rhythm guitars into a rhythm bus. We're doing essentially the same thing again, where we're trying to tame our lows a little bit and then clearing out just a little bit of, every cab is going to have a little ringy and a little bit of nasty frequency you got to clean up. It's not anything specific to this plugin or anything like that. It's just how speakers work. And we're cleaning up a little bit of low mid as well. Yeah, you can barely even hear it doing anything. And so you may see soothe on here as well. I'm actually not using that for the guitar tone itself. I'm using it as a side chain for the snare. So when the snare hits, it ducks the guitars to make room for that big thud. Cool, so we have just one track left, and that is our clean-ish guitar. Got a nice little standard rotary setting. This is essentially the same setting as that other amp, but we are on input 2, which gives us a little bit more gain, and we're not slamming our volume and treble quite as hard. And our bass is actually up now to give us a little bit more something going on there. And we're using the 2x12 on both. No angle, just straight on. And this one gets interesting in terms of effects. We got this crazy chorus flanger going on, set on the whacked setting, which is doing a lot of the kind of weirdness here. So here's without either of the effects turned on. Just like a nice little mid-gain kind of setup there. We throw our chorus flanger on, set to flanger. Just adds a little something weird, you know what I mean? And that's like a very Wes Borland thing. It's just a little something weird, you know? And then here is our digital delay, and this is just a delay doing a delay thing. Actually, also really cool, there are a bunch of different delay modes. Like I was saying, you get a whole lot out of all of these different effects pedals, and this guy is super fun. He is super vibey. You get like modulation, and you get a super big roll off on the delay, so you just get this nice big wash. Definitely a fan of that. In terms of processing, we are doing a little bit extra with this notch over here, which, as you can hear, it's still very prevalent. But yeah, so we're just pulling up some bass, clearing out a little bit of honky stuff, and then this guy is real. Especially right there. That kind of thing just happens. And then after that, we've got a little SSL bus compressor, just doing some very gentle compressing, mostly just to make sure that our levels are set similarly on both sides. Cool, so let's go talk to other Drew. See you over there. I really appreciate the versatility of this one. You've got an emulation of a JC120, which is widely regarded as one of the cleanest amps you could play through. You got an emulation of the Selmer Zodiac 50, which will take care of your sort of Fender combo / Marshall 800 kind of area. And a Diesel VH4, which is more or less an undisputed champion in the realm of high gain amps. I do have a single gripe with this plugin, which is I would like to have seen a tube screamer or something similar, but these days it's easy enough to find a tube screamer plugin, so not really a big deal. Just throw it before the plugin and you're done. All in all, I would say this is really great work from STL Tones and Wes Borland. I really like this plugin, and I love having a JC120, honestly. If this video helped you out, consider chucking a little like down there, hitting a little subscribe if you want to see more, and YouTube will serve you up some sort of video that it thinks you will like in the coming few moments. You can become a member on Patreon or YouTube, or don't. That's cool. Which of these amps is the one you're most interested in? Let me know down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Have a great day. Appreciate you. Hugs and high fives. That's it. Bye.